So I love this community and I love our state, and I just think bringing a fresh perspective to City Hall, or whether it be to the state capitol, I think is vitally important, and especially with my background, my education, training, experience, and qualifications as the CPA, I think that gives me a great business mindset to tackle the issues that we face here in the state. Part of what my foundation or platform would be is, one is the bread and butter. You need good treasury management, right? So as Nebraska taxpayers, I believe that we work hard for the dollars that we earn, and so any money that as taxpayers we send either to Washington D.C. or down to Lincoln should be stewarded well, and that I believe we should get a good investment or a good return on our investment. And so just making sure that our taxpayer dollars are properly accounted for, effectively invested, and completely protected. So good stewardship of taxpayer dollars. One, two, again, is the role that you are the plan trustee for Nebraska's 529 plans, which is our college and savings plans here in Nebraska. And I think there's a great opportunity to make huge improvements in those plans. Right now, our plans rank about in the middle of the pack of all the other states, in the 20s, I believe. And so we need to make sure that the fund options, the investment options in those plans are the best for our Nebraskans, and also that we're not paying those high fees, that we seem to be paying now. Huge opportunity there. Again, is to go statewide, I think, and make sure that our next generation of Nebraskans are financially prepared for the future. We live in such an instant gratification society right now, a spend now and maybe we'll figure it out later. But I think there's great value to make sure and teach and educate our next generation, like the importance of budgeting, saving, investing in the stock market, making sure that here's how you apply for loans, here are some credit card traps that we may not know of, and just make sure our next generation is financially prepared for the future. And lastly, I think there's a great opportunity to advocate for the Nebraska taxpayer, that it is a constitutional office here in Nebraska to be elected state treasurer, and you're not necessarily in the mud and the mire of being in the legislative process, but you also can be the eyes and the ears for the Nebraska taxpayer in the state capitol, and I think really give a push and promote the values that we necessarily care about here in Nebraska. I work side by side with my dad. We have a financial services practice at Northwestern Mutual, and so beforehand I worked at Deloitte in their international tax group as a CPA, and I now work to serve my clients, individuals and families here in Nebraska to secure their financial future, and looking to do the same for all of Nebraskans as state treasurer.
So that background, I understand that then your background would suit you as state treasurer.
Completely accounting, completely finance, double major in accounting and finance, again CPA, master's degree in accounting. So that has been my education that's directly related to this role. And I think if you're going to run for anything as a candidate, it shouldn't be necessarily just to keep your political life alive, but it should be something that you have direct experience in, and I believe that my skill set would add a lot of value for the Nebraska individual and taxpayer.